What is going on YouTube? Nexus TV back again with another video today. This is another Lance. These are the next two Lance pages that I told you guys I would give you in the last video, and I've just been recently thinking that I've been posting the Lance book a lot, and I do want to make other content, so there will be different content coming. So just telling you guys that. Just want to be honest with you guys and let you guys give you guys a heads up, you know. So, we're going to start off today on Chapter 4, 2021, August 2024. Yes, there was a time skip after the last two pages, but we're going to go ahead and get to it. We'll see it through. We'll get through it. So, alright, we're going to start now. Go. Okay, Lance, ready? Natasha says while getting into a fight stance. Just tell me when, Lance says enthusiastically. The two of them run at each other. Lance tries to do a triple kick but misses because of Natasha somersaulting backward and evading his attacks. Suddenly, Natasha dodges under Lance's legs, trips him, and then Natasha pins him to the ground. You've gotten better, Nat tells Lance as she rises up. I'm being trained by the best, Lance says with a smile. Natasha gets up and gets ready to go take a shower, but not looking back at Lance and signaling him to follow her. Lance looks at her in surprise, but he wastes no time in following her. After the shower, the two begin to talk about Lance giving up on the metal spider 2 years before. The world still needs a metal spider, Lance. Thanos didn't snap away half of the crime in the world, Nat says while making salads for her and Lance. I know, Nat, but putting the Spider Avenger suit back on would be too difficult, especially with what happened last time I had it on, Lance says before sipping from a glass of water. That shouldn't make you want to quit. That should make you want to try again and try harder, Nat says to Lance with a stern tone. Nat gives Lance his salad and they start eating. Lance looks at Nat and she's genuinely his everything. She's all he has. Thank you, Lance says. For what? Nat asks. For everything you've done for me the last 2 years, Lance says while finishing up his salad. No problem, Nat says with a smile. Okay, so side note, that too should be a 3. Originally, this is going to be 2020 instead of 2021, but I ended up changing it. No problem, Nat says with a smile. I should thank you as well. Ever since Steve quit, taking charge of what's left of us has been a lot easier with your help. Lance smiles at hearing that. He hasn't felt useful since he watched Peter get snapped away. He felt as if he failed as a hero, but he knew that he wasn't alone with that feeling. Most of the Avengers felt that way. Lance, stop slouching, Natasha says before taking their salad bowls back to the kitchen. Lance lets out a laugh at Natasha's joke. Suddenly, Lance snaps awake. He's in a dark hotel room in Toronto, sleeping in a reclining chair. He realizes that everything that just happened was a dream and lets out a sad sigh while checking his phone. The date's August, and it has been a month since they started tracking Powder Drum, and they barely found any leads. Lance begins to hear Hero snoring in the bed beside him. Hero, stop. Hero, stop it. Hero does the exact opposite and snores louder. Hero, stop, seriously, Lance says in a deflated tone. Lance decides to go for a walk. He checks his phone to see what time it is. 5:37, Lance says. He puts on his sneakers and quietly slips out of the door. He walks the bright hallway. All he can hear is his footsteps on the carpet floor. He turns a corner and calls the elevator, and within a few seconds the elevator is opening its doors for him. Lance walks into the elevator and presses the button that says 1. Lance reaches the first floor and nods at the desk clerk as he walks out the door. He walks off towards St. James Park and watches the cars drive by before crossing the street to the park. He walks into the park and walks toward the middle, but as he's walking he hears something that sends a chill down his spine. If we can eliminate Davidson, we'll get the $50,000 bounty, a Powder Drum bounty hunter says. We've been tracking him for a month. Wouldn't it be easier to kill one of his friends and then when he comes to do the hero thing, we kill him right there? Another Powder Drum bounty hunter asks to the first. Lance walks away and heads back to his hotel. Lance gets back into his room after riding the elevator up and takes his shoes off and sits back on a chair. Powder Drum is an organization that arose a year after the snap, and the same reason why Nat didn't want Lance to give up the metal spider. She was right, but it was a good thing that he did. Powder Drum makes Lance's task of clearing his name a lot easier. Lance closes his eyes and relaxes. He knows that everything that Mysterio showed him was a lie. Clint throwing Natasha off the cliff was and is a lie. But he still thinks Clint was responsible. He was there. Who's to say he even tried to stop her? Lance asks himself. Suddenly, Lance hears an alarm go off. Annika is a light sleeper and wakes up on the first tone. The volume of the alarm also wakes Hero up. Annika walks into the bathroom to get ready for the day while Lance continues to think of the dream he had in Powder Drum. He feels lucky though, as if him, Hero, and Annika are close to finding a lead. Lance hears the shower start going. Lance thinks about the last 2 months. He felt like he was getting over Nat's death when he when he realized that what Mysterio showed him was a lie. But the day of the identity reveal, the wound was reopened again. Suddenly, the old man's advice rings in his head. Bring a team. Lead them. Take control. Lance says to himself. The advice somehow gives him a peace of mind. Hero sits up as the sun begins to come out and asks Lance if he wants breakfast. Yeah, but not from the hotel. The service and rooms are great. 4 3 star, but the food isn't nice. Hero nods and suggests McDonald's. Great, let's get ready. Suddenly, Annika comes out of the bathroom wearing an olive green t-shirt with black shorts and white Air Force Ones. Nice outfit, Lance says with a grin. Annika looks at Lance and scoffs playfully. Does everything you have to say to me gotta be flirting, Lance? Annika asks him while grabbing her phone. I used to hang around Tony Stark all the time. Is that really a question? Lance says sarcastically. Lance decided to go get his shower next and comes out 10 minutes later, telling Hero to go grab a shower. The trio are ready to leave. Lance grabs his keys and they lock their hotel room door. They get in the elevator and come down to the first floor. Lance unlocks his car and the three get in. Lance drifts his car in the drive and drives toward McDonald's while telling Hero and Annika about the dream he had and subsequent conversation he heard between two Powder Drum bounty hunters. I feel like today is our lucky day. Today we'll get our lead, Lance says reassuringly. You said that already, Lance. Multiple times. We've been playing tag with these guys for a month already, and it's so ineffective, Annika says. Hero, what do you think? And Lance says while glancing at Hero. I think we should just get our breakfast and see what happens afterward, Hero says to Lance with a mildly annoyed tone. Lance nods and pulls into the McDonald's parking lot, parking close to the door. The three walk in and order breakfast and go sit down. This is fancy before McDonald's, says Annika, taking a look at the architectural design. Lance nods in agreement and his mind begins to drift, but not before being brought back to reality by Hero. Have you talked to Peter at all since the incident? Hero asks Lance. No, Lance says flatly. He feels surprised at the fact that no one was really paying him attention. Do you guys find it weird that no one has stirred my weight since we got in here? Lance says discreetly while leaning forward. Well, you're not wanted to Canada. They probably don't even care, Hero says while tapping on the table with his fingers. Yeah, but it's still kind of eerie, Lance says while looking at the different customers. Their food is brought over to them and they start eating. You know, Mr. Cool here thought he looked stylish with a black turtleneck and an olive green army surplus jacket. Had a million pockets on it for no reason, Annika says while laughing. Lance laughs when he realizes that she's talking about Hero's first super suit. Hero grins and shakes his head. At least I didn't walk around looking like an orange highlighter with teal stripes, he says before eating a piece of pancake. Annika looks at Lance with a surprised look and asks if his first suit actually looked like that. I was just starting out and hadn't met Tony Stark yet, Lance says, pretty much answering Annika's question. Eventually, after 3 suits, I got tired of the colors and switched to white, gold, and black, he adds before eating some sausage. Okay, look. Lance, if you're right about finding a lead on Powder Drum today, then we have to make sure it's not a cold blind, Hero says sternly to Lance. Lance nods and looks at Annika, who nods as well. Suddenly, a guy with a gray long-sleeve shirt and black jeans wearing Adidas walks over to their table and grabs the attention of Hero. Hey, I overheard you talking to your friends about Powder Drum. I think I got a lead for you, the guy says. Lance looks around to see what Hero and Annika think. Listen, we'll trust you, but if you even think about trying something, this guy will web you to a wall, Annika says to the random guy who was sitting in front of the trio. Okay, now check this out. Powder Drum has patrols set up all over the 6. The first one is on Center Island, in an old church, the guy says to the trio. And how do we know you're not trying to get us killed? Powder Drum has been on our tails, and that's not the actual word, you know that language, since we left Detroit a month ago, Hero tells the guy. Because I know that a few bounty hunters can't hold down an Avenger, especially not the Metal Spider. Lance studies the man's face as if to see if he's being genuine or not. Lance finishes studying the guy and nods. Okay. Siege and action. These guys are a different type of organized, Hero whispers while hiding behind a tree and watching the main door. Hero, your entire heat seeker existence is a hazard to this whole area. Be careful. You might cause a fire. Lance whispers jokingly into the comms link. Lance is hiding up in a tree while scouting the church. The building was a small semi-Gothic and medieval-esque structure that made the trio confused as to why they're running this operation out of a church. In a weird way, Lance fears closure putting the suit back on. What should I do? Annika asks. Send a small wave of water onto the roof. It'll distract them, then I can swing in through a window and take them out. Lance tells Annika. Annika crouches down and runs over to the left of the building where the edge of the center island is. She gets there and stops. She moves her hand in a dramatic motion, pulling some of the water out of the lake. She begins to use her other hand to hold the water up and keep it from falling on her. and uses all of her strength to throw the water onto the church. Lance sees the water shroud land on the church and shoots a web back directly above the window. He uses the web to zip down and crash through the window. Hey there, how you doing? Lance is at the oblivious bounty hunter staring at the ceiling before the powder drum bounty hunters start aiming at him. It's Davidson, one of the bounty hunters yell. They begin to shoot at him with M4A1s and Lance dodges from the shots and onto the wall. He holds onto the wall and leaps off. While in the air, he shoots a web at the ceiling and attaches it to a powder drum bounty hunter, sending him to the ceiling. Lance lands on the ground and somersaults backward away from the gunfire. Suddenly, Hero walks in through the door and quickly engages in combat with a bounty hunter shooting at Lance. Hero grabs a gun and pushes it up to the ceiling. The bounty hunter headbutts Hero and regains control of the weapon. Hero shoots his blowtorch at the bounty hunter's stomach, which makes the bounty hunter drop the gun and grab his torso in pain. Hero takes the opportunity and knees the bounty hunter in the groin, grabbing his back and throwing him to the floor. Lance fires a stun gun at a bounty hunter that was rushing Hero from behind and shoots a web on him when he's down. Annika walks in and sees the work that Hero and Lance did. Nice work, you cleared the place out, she says while looking around and walking forward. How are you not burning up with your hero suit on? Hero asks Annika. Annika turns around and says, I should be asking you that. Your suit is all black. Hero looks at her and laughs. I'm the heat seeker. The heat doesn't bother me, I seek it, he says. Lance retracts his helmet while laughing and shakes his head. That sounds like a line from a superhero movie, he says while looking around. He takes note of the multiple pallets of drugs that are in the building. He counts 10 and everything is still unsealed in plastic. There's no way a normal person could lift all this. Lance is looking at one of the pallets. They probably used a helicopter, a voice from behind them says. Lance quickly 180s and aims his stun gun at the unknown person. Hero and Annika look at the person trying to study him. Whoa, I'm not a threat, relax, the unknown person says with their hands up while walking forward. My name is Dante Larone. I go by Darklight. Well, guys, that marks the end of this video, and I told you guys, things are getting really exciting in the last, two chapters, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, Chapter 6. And if you're going to watch the Lance videos at all, now's the time. Pardon the length of the video. Hopefully you made it to now, and if you didn't, come back. But, in all seriousness, guys, thank you for watching this video today, and make sure you like, subscribe, and, of course, share, and Nexus TV out. Have a good day or night wherever you are.